Members, it's about time to make a start, and we have formed the quorum. I now call the meeting to order. Item number 1. Election of Chairman and Deputy Chairman for the panel on public service. The Secretariat has issued notice that as of the deadline, we have received only one valid nomination for the chairmanship, and that is Mr. Kwa Wai Keung, nominated by Mr. Kingsley Wong and seconded by Mr. Dennis Leung. Mr. Kwok has not been elected as chairman or deputy chairman of any other panels. Neither is he sitting on any government advisory bodies as chairman or deputy chairman. So in accordance with the ROP and the House rule, I declare that Mr. Kwok, duly elected as chairman of the Public Service Panel. Congratulations, Mr. Kwok. And I invite you to the podium to preside over the meeting, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, members. We move on to the election of Deputy Chairman of the Panel on Public Service. The clerk has notified members that as of the deadline, we have received only one valid nomination for the vice chairmanship, and that is Mr. So Chung Wing, nominated by Mr. Jeffrey Lam, and seconded by myself. Mr. So has not been elected as chairman or deputy chairman of any other panels. Neither is he chairman or deputy chairman of any government advisory bodies. So in accordance with the ROP and the House rules, I declare that Mr. So duly elected as chairman or vice chairman of the PSP. Moving on now to item 2, schedule of meetings for the 2022 session. I'd like to invite members to deliberate on the meeting dates for 2022. As per usual practice, the regular meeting is scheduled for the third Monday each month at 10:45 a.m. If members are agreeable to this same arrangement, please have a look at the meeting schedule for the period between January and July. Please note that from the schedule there are 5 meetings, February, March through to June. The third meeting falls on March 21st. Thank you, Secretary. Right. On the 16th of February, the Council will hold a debate on the modes of thanks motion. At the request of the administration, we have set aside the meeting schedule for the 15th of February, 10:45 to 12:15, for a policy briefing on the policy address. So the regular meeting will be the 15th of February, 10:45 for this policy briefing. Any comments there, please? Mr. Jeffrey Lam, Chairman. Well, all the regular meetings are scheduled for the third Monday each month. On Tuesday, there is a clash for me. I'm not sure whether this is happening to other members. Can we schedule the meetings on Monday? That's my personal take anyway. Any comments? Ms. Elizabeth Quat, Chairman. I like the Environmental Affairs panel that I chaired, and this is the first meeting. We're all here. I think other than the policy briefing, we can schedule or fit in another item that is of concern to members. We just don't want to waste the time. We should take full advantage of the meeting time to discuss one more item of concern to us. All right, thanks very much. We will discuss with the Policy Bureau, and the Senate will take into account your views. For April, the third Monday in April falls on the Easter holiday, so it is proposed that this be rescheduled to April 25th, a Monday. That's to put it off by 1 week. Any comments there, please? Nope. All right, if members are agreeable to this arrangement, the clerk will issue a notice to members with all the agreed dates scheduled for the meetings. Yes, we'll work it out for the 15th of February. Moving on to item 3, items for discussion at the next meeting. Just to let members know that the chairman and deputy chairman will have a meeting with the Secretary for Civil Service regarding the items for discussion for 2022. If members have any particular comments, please let me know in writing, or you might wish to bring them up on the spot here. Mr. Lai Tong Kwok, please. Chairman, thank you. Couple of suggestions, if I may. First, the medical health care for the civil servants. There is a long queue for many specialist service for the civil servants on new terms, and they are not entitled to this kind of service. Also, of the disciplined forces, there are some that experience recruitment and retention problem. Government flying service, correctional services, and the police are cases in point. Also, all along, the frontline officers, in some cases even the inspector rank, they have experienced difficulties with regard to their hostels, with regard to their accommodation. I'd like to bring this up for some discussion. Ms. Elizabeth Quat. Chairman, thank you. During the last term, I would bring up an issue, and that is going down the legislative path regarding the insult of public officers. And I keep pursuing this matter in the hope that it will be brought up for discussion here at this panel. Second, like Mr. Lai Tong Kwok said, the recruitment difficulties on the part of the disciplined services, and there is a desperate need for manpower. Also, the extension of retirement age, the police have already extended that, but not so much for other disciplined services. This can be discussed. Also, 5-day week. We understand that there are some civil servants that are not benefiting from the 5-day week, and I'd like to follow up. A lifeguard, and we'd like to bring this up for further discussion and see whether there is any solution and whether there is any grade review. the medical benefits of the civil servants are an important issue. Some, upon retirement, are not entitled to that. There are some from the police force that suggest medical insurance coverage, and we don't have to shuffle all the cases to the public hospital. And this is well worth some discussion. I'd like to bring this up. Thank you. Mr. Tony J. Chairman, thank you. I am more concerned about the effectiveness and efficiency of the civil servants. The chief executive said in her policy address that there will be a review of the civil service to highlight meritocracy, and I hope that they will bring us up to date on the progress. In the eyes of the public, we hope that they will see the civil servants as being efficient and serving the members of the public with utmost efficiency. I hope that there will be an update on the review. Ms. Maggie Chen. Chairman, thank you. The civil servants' understanding of the national policy and national development, one country, two systems, and Hong Kong's integration into the national development and constitution, NSL, national security, and so on, all these issues. Now, for civil servants who are newly recruited and who are undergoing training, what are the expectations, what are the requirements, and what are the performance indicators? Is there any promotion of the Constitution and also one country, two systems and civil service college? What about the curriculum and the courses and so on? Chairman, thank you. Mr. Chow, well, other than the issues raised by members, I'd like to say something about the NSC staff, and I hope that there will be some discussions. In particular, those NSC staff that are needed on a regular basis, can they be converted into permanent terms? Chairman, I'd like to talk about the retirement protection on the part of the civil service to see how we can stabilize the civil service. And there was a mention of the structure of the lifeguards. It's not just the lifeguards that need to be reviewed. There are certain other grades that need to be reviewed, and I hope that the scope can be further broadened to cover those that need to be reviewed. Mr. Chow mentioned the NSC staff. As a matter of fact, I think we have to look at the outsourced contracts. If there are certain posts that are needed on a regular basis, I'm wondering whether the government can convert these outsourced work into part of the permanent establishment. Stephen Ho, Chairman, I go along with Mr. Tony J about the KPI. In particular, each year the administration has the yearly appraisal, but I mean the whole system is so loose. It is only done by the head of the department. The new recruits would tend to be awarded C or D, but when they move up the rank, they would score B or above. And I think that there should be some statistics to look at the promotion and also the possible demotion. I hardly ever hear any demotion. If there is no demotion, the efficiency is certainly not be good. There should be reward and penalty. Right, we've recorded all the views. Yes, please.
Mr. Dennis Leung. Yes, about subvented organizations staff. Recently, there are news which arouse public concern over staff employed by subvented organization. These are organizations subvented by the government. The salaries are paid for by the public coffer. So we should review the salaries of subvented organization staff, because it seems that they are receiving an unreasonable salary package. Mr. Elizabeth Quart, about training for civil servants, I agree that we should enhance training for civil servants on national security and national safety. And also, I would like to add the topic of technology. Under the pandemic, it seems that many departments are still living in Stone Age. They are not using technologies to enhance and speed up procedures. We have to make sure that departments are using technologies to improve their work efficiency, and we can't wait until the civil service college is here. Thank you. Once again, I thank members for your suggestions. We will have a sit-down with the Secretary and convey your message to him. So that's it for this item. The next meeting is still to be scheduled. We have to work it out with the government. The next meeting in February shall be a briefing on the policy address. Item 4, AOB. Any AOB? If not, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.